Sorry about that. It cut off because I ran out of room on my phone. So I had to delete some stuff. So, yeah, so again, I was talking about the vision that I was having, and that the vortex, when the star is created, spins this way. And it gains such heat in the center that it then implodes into a star. And so it pulls into, source and energy from the planet and from anywhere else the vortex can reach. And a star is created. And so when a star dies, it implodes and it explodes, and that energy is then scattered, and it then incarnates as souls into other realities. And this is just our one reality. Earth is just a school of learning. There's many other places of creation that have been created, and the reason that we can't necessarily see them is because they're in a different consciousness level as well. Not everything is so physical. We're the one planet that's so dense here. That's why it's the hardest place in the universe to learn anything, because it's quite dense here. We learn some darkness here, like we go pretty deep here. And it's a pretty good experiment too, because we've come here totally unaware so that we can remember to see how we can always find the truth in ourselves and to know thyself even more so. So yeah, so that's what's happening with my book. I was getting this vision of this happening. And so after my friend Sonoy told me again about Dolores Cannon, I'm like, okay, so I need to look her up. I need to look at this. And so I talked about the Hopi Indian quote about, Tawa. And as I was looking into all this stuff, that the Hopi Indian quote of Tawa came, and the planet that I named in my book is Tatwa. And so it was real validation that when I found this quote, when I was looking up the star stuff, really hit home, because I had already written most of my book. I just came across the quote like last week. And I was like, wow, I'm channeling something definitely. If I named the planet Tatwa, and I found now this Hopi Indian quote about the star people and the spider woman creating these beings on the planet. And their planet was called Tawa. I was like, okay, yeah. Yeah, so when that happened, then I listened to some Dolores Cannon last night. Like, really sat down and listened to her stuff. And I knew about her being a hypnotist and whatnot, but I didn't really actually listen to any of her material, so I did that last night. And the things that she said, that what she's discovered through all her hypnosis sessions with her clients, is basically my book. There was mirrored images. For instance, she said there are these beings and star seeds and aliens, we'll put it out there, aliens, that are overseeing the planet. And they're called the custodians. And they brought certain light workers down called the keepers of the keys. Now, I just came across this last night. Okay. Now, if anybody's been reading my book, I've given some friends and family. The Elwyn folk in my book are called the Guardians, and they bring down these clairvoyant star seeds who are called Keeper of the Keys, and bring them down to the planet. And I'm just like, okay, so I wrote this, months ago, and now this is coming in for validation for me. So I'm like, okay, thank you. I'm channeling some alien stuff, so pretty cool, I think. Pretty cool, but it doesn't surprise me. We're all really, I believe, from extraterrestrial type of, basis. We all come from so many different places. We've had so many experiences, so many places. Like, it's absolutely amazing, the magnitude and multitude of, like, we think that we're intermixed here. It's so much more intermixed in that realm. Like, totally. So, yeah, that's what's been happening lately. This channeling of my book that's coming through. Definitely coming from something extraterrestrial. They're here to help us. So I don't think we should have fear of this. I believe they've been here all along. People just really don't want to talk about it. So, yeah. Anyways, I was asking for some direction on my book and whatnot, and that's what's happening. I'm channeling some things that Dolores Cannon has seen in her work and her clients. So I'm channeling these things because in my book they're called the Guardians and the Keeper of the Keys as well. I'm just like, what? Like, I'm still sitting here, like, I love the validation, but it kind of like hits you at times when you have these awakenings. You like have awakening in your growth, and it could be any kind of growth, whatever it is. It's like, how did I not see that? That's so like owning your observer self. So those moments, it's like, you're like, is this really real? It's like, this is really happening. It's so dense here, it's physical here. It's almost like this is almost like a movie, and you're watching it. It's such a crazy creation, this dense physical world that we live in. So I wanted to just share that with you guys. And I think I need to be speaking more about these aliens. I know people start to say, oh, okay, she's going to start talking about aliens. She's totally gone off her rocker now. Sorry about it. I guess I am. Yeah, I just, you got to go where you're led, and it's where I'm being led, and I'm getting major validation, and it's going to be in my book. And, Shiloh is a world traveler, and he came to stop in through me to write this book on this planet, to write his story of what it was like in other planets and exactly what's going on. So it's a channeled fiction adventure book because there's some freaking adventure in it, like crazy cool adventures. So I love it. I love it. There's so many dimensions out there, so many on a metaphysical plane. So I will talk to y'all later. Love, love, love. I just wanted to share. Would love to hear your comments. And yeah, I guess I'm just making up for some lost time. I've been away with my family and doing stuff. So it was a good Thanksgiving. Just spend time with family. So love. Take care. Namaste.